Okay, so Ghazal, and you were explaining to me what the title means. Tell me again.
Ghazal is Persian. Is the Persian word for lovemaking. It's a traditional Persian love poem.
Okay.
An ancient form of poetry is Ghazal.
And you read it as a voice that's suffering from unrequited love, so the love isn't returned.
Yes, I think so.
Okay, we'll stick with that. And you didn't like it, so talk me through why you don't like this poem.
I don't like this poem. I think it's a very not simple poem, but it's a poem that is obviously quite a selfish poem. I think it's autobiographical by Mimi Khalvati.
Okay.
I think she's talking about herself, and I just really don't like the character she portrays in here.
So her own character.
Yeah, I think so.
Tell us what's wrong with it.
Well, she's for the whole thing. She's chasing him. If I'm the grass and you the breeze blow through me. This is like a serenade to him, but we know she isn't saying it to him because here it's, oh, would that I were the bark, so old and still leaf, and you dropping in my shade due to bedew me. And here the arms around my bark, arms that never knew me. This person,
yes,
obviously doesn't know who she is.
Or doesn't return her love.
Yeah, doesn't return her love at least.
Okay.
And then a quick flash down to here, which is, oh, sorry, I just lost it. It was the moth imagery here.
Yeah.
Okay, so what shape should I take to marry your own? She's obviously wants to change. She's saying she will do anything for him.
Yes.
Have you hawk to my shadow?
Yeah.
So we could take that in different ways. Perhaps he is the hawk.
Yes.
She is the shadow of prey.
Okay.
Or she's saying, I'm the hawk shadow.
Yes. So that's what the image of the hawk we'd see on the ground.
Yeah.
Okay.
But who's chasing who here? You could say the hawk is chasing the shadow if she rises in the east. Perhaps originally, if the sun's in the east,
yes,
the shadow is being chased by the hawk almost.
Yes.
But as he dies in the west, the shadow is chasing the hawk, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I do see what you're saying. Yeah. Although when I looked at that line, it seemed to me, if I rise in the east, it's a reference to the sun.
Yeah.
As you die in the west, so that's the moon disappearing.
Yeah, but there's a lot of sun reference here.
Yeah.
And it's like she's obviously put him on a massive pedestal.
Okay.
She's the hawk, and she's just his shadow. She's
yes.
almost like the dirt beneath his feet. And then this is an interesting line. Moth to my flame.
Yeah.
She's flipped the whole poem around. Now
yes.
as he is chasing her, he is obsessed with her. She's almost begging here, pursue me, please.
But there's a question mark there, isn't there, as well? Because obviously if the moth pursues the flame, it dies.
Yes.
So is she suggesting, is it a challenge that she's actually too unsafe to pursue?
Well, perhaps if we put pursue me, puts the question mark will put the emphasis on me.
Yes.
Perhaps he's pursuing someone else.
Oh, I see.
And she is asking, pursue me this time.
Yes.
And there's a lot of death imagery. Moth to my flame, the moth will obviously die. And if I rise in the east, as you die in the west. So she's rising, she's coming up, she's coming to the peak.
Yes.
As perhaps this man's a lot older.
Okay.
And as she gets to her peak of perhaps sexuality and looks, he is beginning to die. And die for my sake, my love, every night renew me. Perhaps she knows that he is going to be destroyed in the relationship. They're saying, come into the relationship. At least you'll die for me, and you'll die for my love.
And this was the idea that you began with of how selfish she is.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, let me take another tack here. If that image there is actually the sun does actually die and get reborn every night. Yeah, and then it rises up in the day.
Yeah, which would expect every night renew me, this line.
So death here isn't about finality and age. It's actually about renewal and rebirth. And so love is going to make something new.
Again, well, she is offered to change everything for him in this line, and then contradicts herself by saying, change everything for me.
Ah, right, and And the fact that that comes second
Yeah.
proves that that's her main purpose. Okay.
Or you could take that as an ambiguity if you wished, and every night renew me.
Yes.
She is saying, you're going to change me, actually. Our love is going to be renewed.
Yes.
I'm gonna be a different person for you every day.
Right.
So remain interesting for you for the whole time.
So if we look at the final couplet now, is this a desire that's going to be fulfilled, or is it going to be ultimately unrequited?
Well, there's a lot of repetition of the first person. I'll be twice the me I am, if only the world you are to me. And the interesting thing is, I'll be twice the me.
Yes.
Her name, actually, is me.
Yeah, that must be deliberate.
Yes, that has to be deliberate.
Yeah.
And we just have to think why.
So, for you, this is the revelation of her self-obsession here.
Yeah.
There's only one you in the final couplet.
Yeah.
But it's completely unbalanced because you've got me,
Yeah.
3 times, and I twice, completely self-obsessed.
Well, it is through the whole poem. You see,
Yeah.
if we look at this one we're talking about, I rise in the east.
Yes.
The only reference to him is when he dies.
Yes.
And then it's for my sake,
Yeah.
my love.
Yes. Every night
Yeah.
renew me.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm convinced by that. You've persuaded me that it's completely self-obsessed. So, what's the poet's point of view here? Are we supposed to distance ourselves from this self-obsession? Or is that what love's like? Is she saying love is, in fact, obsession?
Perhaps she is saying love is obsession, and I think she says love is obsession despite your faults. If you look at this line,
Yeah.
if yours is the iron fist in the velvet glove, the iron fist is a very violent piece of imagery.
Yes.
You could take that, if we're taking it as the self-obsession, she's calling herself the velvet glove.
Yes.
She is perfect.
Yes.
She is smooth, she is brilliant, and he's the rough iron fist.
Yeah.
But I like to think, perhaps she is saying he's quite a violent man.
Yes.
And she is here to calm him.
Okay.
To mask his violence with their love.
Yeah.
As the velvet glove would mask an iron fist.
So she's offering something that's going to transform him, make him a better person.
Yeah.
Okay.
And can we just have a look at this
Well,
one?
hold on. Can I just stay with that couplet? Because to me, when I read that couplet, I just laughed out loud because it seemed completely over the top as sexual imagery.
Yeah.
So the iron fist is stiffness,
Yeah.
fitting metaphorically sexually like penetration into the velvet glove,
Yeah.
a symbol of the vagina. When the arrow flies, again a reference to the penis.
And the heart is pierced, the
and
heart of her.
the ejaculation, yeah. So I quite like the way you've taken that beyond the merely sexual to suggest that she's going to transform him.
Yeah.
Take me to the next couplet.
Well, I just wanted to think about this line. I mean, we've explained this whole couplet apart from this word, these words, tattoo me.
Yes.
Now, I'd like to think that perhaps she wants him to change her for permanently.
Yes, that
Perhaps
works.
they want to be together. She wants actually to be together forever with this man.
Yes.
It's not just sexual, as she suggested.
Yeah.
Here. It's that she wants a sexual relationship, but she wants that relationship for her whole life. As a
Yeah.
tattoo
So
would be.
is the tattoo in fact a plea for marriage? So what shape should I take to marry your own?
Yeah.
Yeah, marry as in fit, but also
Yeah.
is there a pun on, hang on, you're not getting any sexual relationship with me until we're married?
And it's a bit of religious imagery. I do believe the laurel leaf is what saints wear.
No,
around
the
head.
laurel leaf was what was given to the victor in the Olympics.
In the Olympics.
Yeah.
So if I'm the laurel, you are the arms. Well, it's almost competitive imagery then, if we take this as the Olympics. Perhaps she
Yes.
feels this is a challenge, as you mentioned earlier, with
Yeah.
the pursue me. She feels that she needs to do this to satisfy her own self-absorption, her own self-worth.
Okay.
I'd like to go on to this line about, again, with the very, very violent imagery. If mine is the venomous tongue, the serpent's tail.
Yes.
Charmer, use your charm. Weave a spell and subdue me. She seems to think she is this dangerous person, unlike
Yes.
him, who is portrayed as this dangerous person in the line above. She says here, I am the one that's wild, I am the dangerous
Yeah,
one.
that's really interesting, actually, because if I accused you of having a venomous tongue and being like a serpent, that's a real vitriolic attack, and she's saying it of herself, isn't she?
Yeah.
So, is she aware of her own self-obsession here? Does she realise that she's quite unattractive in that way? Or
I think she thinks it's a... Well, I'm going to take a really extreme example and go for someone that's very psychotic.
Yes.
They will often know they're a psychotic.
Yes.
They will revel in the fact that they are. And to them, it's a good thing.
So, psychotic here means acting without a conscience?
Yes.
Okay.
Without feeling.
Yes.
But I think she does have feeling. That was just an example. If mine is the venomous tongue, the serpent's tail,
Yeah.
I think she's saying, well, I may have a venomous tongue, the serpent's tail, but
Yeah.
I make up for that.
Right.
And that's just because I'm a strong woman. And now use your charm, weave a spell and subdue me. She wants to be submissive to him.
Right. But he's got to earn the right to submit her.
She feels she is so much in worth that he has to work as hard as he can, use his charm, weave a spell and subdue me.
Brilliant. Okay. Right, this again I think is a poem that demands to be read out loud. It's got a real rhythm to it. If I am the grass and you the breeze, blow through me. If I am the rose and you the bird, then woo me. If you are the rhyme and I the refrain, don't hang on my lips, come and I'll come too when you cue me. If yours is the iron fist in the velvet glove, when the arrow flies the heart is pierced, tattoo me. If mine is the venomous tongue, the serpent's tail, charmer, use your charm, weave a spell and subdue me.
It is. And if as you read that, I noticed that the imagery, although sexual constantly, it's always sexual. So we always think she wants a sexual relationship, but she wants it for a long time. Perhaps she wants a real relationship. But it gets, if I the grass and you the breeze blow through me, it's very gentle. If we take this, and I the grass and you the breeze, if I'm the rhyme, if you are the rhyme and I the refrain, very gentle. And then suddenly iron fist in the velvet glove.
Yeah.
Perhaps she's saying, and then the venomous tongue, how the relationship can swing.
Yes.
So it's a relationship that is not all loving. They will have arguments.
Yes.
But eventually, if I'm the laurel leaf and you're the crown, they come out the winners. Even if they've had these arguments,
yes.
they will both win. They will come out ahead.
That works well for me. Okay. What's the poet's purpose in writing it then? Is it you decided it was autobiographical and you used the wordplay here and the pun on me and Mimi?
Yeah.
Does it feel as though it's written to a real man?
I don't know. You could take it as something that's written to a man she wishes were real.
Yeah, well, the word friend here suggests that, doesn't it? This is a real person.
But perhaps she is wishing that she could find someone that could charm her, that could subdue her, wave a spell and she'd be fine.
But is it? Does it have a sense of being written to a real person that she hopes is that man?
No, I don't think it does. You'll probably argue that it does. But you said if when it ends, we are just good friends.
Yeah.
Be my friend. You said perhaps she's a real person because they're friends.
Yes.
Then, well, I don't think they are friends at all.
Because.
And if when it ends, we are just good friends.
Yeah.
I think that suggests that they're nothing at the moment. And if they go through this relationship, and they're just friends, be my friend. But if you look at be my friend, and then she asks him more. She asks for her muse.
Yes.
And then her lover and guide.
The enjambment there is deliberate, isn't it? Yeah. So it sounds like she's only asking for friendship, but actually she's asking him to be everything to her. But she's not demanding that she's anything to him. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So this brings us back to your unrequited idea.
Yeah.
She'll accept him on whatever terms. She just wants to be able to worship him here. He's going to be her heaven and earth.
Yeah. I guess. But she's also, if you think about it in a different way, she's also asking this person to be everything.
Right. So
He has
demanding.
to. Yeah, he has to do everything. He wants her to. He wants him to. She wants him to be his muse, his lover, and his guide. But she doesn't have to be anything to him. She doesn't have to do anything
Yeah,
for
I like
him.
the way you flip that.
And then be heaven and earth to me.
Yeah.
That's everything. That's the whole universe.
Yeah.
He has to be her whole universe. You could take that, as you said, in a rather romantic way.
Yes.
Or that, and then she's just twice what she is. If he is the universe,
Yes.
she'll just be twice the person. If you know what I mean.
Yes, I see. Yeah, so the disproportionate
Proportionate
size
Yeah.
shows how much she's getting out of the relationship, but he isn't.
Yeah.
Okay, so you reject poor old Mimi.
I do.
Excellent.